What says we live now?
All right, bet.
Let's get in it.
And we Gucci on YouTube too. All right, fire.
All right.
All right, what's good, everybody? We
Popping,
live.
y'all.
You're live with the Jones Hour right now.
Facts. Facts live stream. The Jones Hour live stream.
born to die.
It's me. You already know.
We born to die.
Jonesy
Jonesy
two times.
Dos Veces. And the one and
And
only
me
producer.
and
And
Acid Baby.
Acid. You already
I
know.
don't have my drops on this one. Oh no.
You done fucked up.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's all right.
All right,
It's all
we
right.
ran into a little bit of technical difficulties earlier, but we're
It's all right. We
figuring it out.
learning. We learning. We learning. You know what I'm saying? And then soon, the quality that you've been getting from the Jones Hour is gonna be like this, and we hope to you know touch new heights with it. Facts.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Word up.
All right, so what do you want to start with, bro?
We got to start in the in baseball.
We want to go right into
Officially
baseball.
summer. Yeah, it's officially
All right.
summer. New York baseball. Report. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
You heard my
little
boy?
band, making a little cameo.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we gotta get into baseball.
All right, let's do it, bro. Let's do it.
Yeah. I mean,
You want to
it's
start
been
with the Yankees, or you want to go? You want to go Mets first?
um,
Want to hear how the press stand
it's
right now?
it's both drama. It's both drama, even though we still kind of both good in the standings and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But the Mets, I'd say we start with the Mets. You know what I'm saying? Their fall off is a little bit more concerning in the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you got some big uh, uh, outputs for some questionable pitchers, and now it's kind of like catching up with them a little bit. You know, and this could be a problem that could affect them. As the season progresses, if they can't get another arm. You Senga was your man, and then he gets hurt. You know what I'm saying? And then the lack of performance from some of the other starters, and then it's like even offensively, you've had some struggles getting it together. Soto started slow, and while Pete was still doing his thing, and Lindor, and then now Soto is killing, and Dare fell off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So you hope that eventually, not eventually, but well, yeah, I guess eventually, that at some point during the season that they all get it on the same page, so you could see the the full potential of this Mets team. You know what I'm saying? Because we see them, start off on first place. I think Philly is going to be a big problem for them going on, but even Atlanta too. Now, you had these. You lost 10 out of 11. You had 7 games against Atlanta. You had 3 against Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? You don't do good in those games. You actually saved and split the second series against Atlanta 2-2.
Yeah.
But which was something to build off of. Towards the end. But you already lost 5 out of the 7 to them. You won those last 2. So it's like that's not how you want. This
Like
this,
and not even that, like terrible losses, dog. Like
yeah, and at this part of the season
straight
is when
up
you're gonna,
fucking spanks.
yeah,
And I'm
this
not
is when
really
you,
like it's one of those things though. I know you're trying to make a point though, but like let's really like highs are highs, like, and the lows are fucking low with the Mets,
yeah.
And that's the scary part.
Yeah, no, the only point I was trying to make is that this is that time of the season where you start to play more of your division teams, your division rivals, and like how the Yankees is playing Boston and Baltimore and Tampa. You know what I'm saying? All the players, all the teams that's in our division, and and that's what's with the Mets right now. But you know, we see what happens. You can't you got to try to keep pace with Philly. Because at some point, you're trying to look if not, I think expectation is the division. Like realistically, like they can win the division. Like that's not far fetched. So I think that's
No,
something that
so
they're trying to look to do. But I also think that getting another serviceable arm, not just in their bullpen, but in the starting rotation, is going to be big for them, as the season progresses. Because it's going to be
facts.
hard. It's going to be hard to. It's going to be hard to get the offense to compensate for your lack of pitching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Like if your offense scores 6 and you lose 7-6, that's just as bad as losing 1-0. You know what I'm saying? Then you
exactly.
finally put it together to score 6 runs, and then but your bullpen and your starters give up 7. You know, and it's not like that shit
So no
is
matter
that
what
shit
you
is
do, yeah, you're still gonna be
that's
fucked.
crippling. Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
crippling to the uh to the to the clubhouse. You know what I'm saying? And what's being spoken about behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? While they're
yeah.
going through the motions of the season. You know. And I was watching the other day, and there's like an old clip, and you see Jeter, and he says, baseball is a humbling sport, and it really is, man. It's a long ass season, and you go through these ups and downs, and, and 1 week you could be real good, and then you could go a whole month, you know what I'm saying, and not do shit, and it's in the papers, and it's in the media, and it's every day, and you, you know, gotta gotta remind yourself, how hard the sport is.
Yep.
But the Mets, it's an early season for the Yankees. Can you bring up the standings? You got the standings?
Yeah. Absolutely. I got the
Yeah,
fucking
bring up,
standings.
bring up the standings. Yankees, they their comfortable lead wasn't looking so comfortable either. Tampa has been a team that's been making some noise. I think trying to catch up to us. If they're not already caught up to us.
Yeah.
So and even the Yankees pitching as well. You know what I'm saying? They've had some questionable starts with some people, and they've had a lot of injuries. Thank God for Max Fried. He's been the one bright point with a 12-2 record and
I
like
got
a
you right here.
2 ERA. You know what I'm saying? They're 17-4 in the games that he started. You know what I'm saying? He looks like he's going to be able to definitely pitch every 5 games and give your team a big chance to win every time. You know, so that's the bright spot for the Yankees in terms of their pitching. And what's the standing say?
Right now we're the Yankees are 48 and 35.
Okay, yeah,
Still
let
on
me
the
see.
top of the division. You got Tampa. What is it? 3.5 games? Oh no, 1.5 games behind.
Yeah, they're on our
So
heels.
only
They're on our heels. Yeah, that little skid for us, man. We had a comfortable lead of about 5 to 6 games. You know what I'm saying? And now it's 1.5. Tampa wins games. You know what I'm saying? They
yeah.
played the Mets in one. And
And how
this
about how
this
about
is what
them? How about Detroit right now, bro?
best record still,
Fif-
right?
yeah, 53 and 32 right now. Like 3 games above anyone else. Like again, 3 games above Houston and 5 games against you guys.
Yeah. Even Houston, look at that. You know what I'm saying? And a couple of weeks back, we was looking at Houston as maybe as their finally time that they've fallen off or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not this team that they once was, where they was, perennially in the playoffs and whatnot. And now look at that in that division, still coming back. Still being a leader in the division when when it could be tight. You got a team like Texas. Their pitching is real good this year. DeGrom, former Met, come back. He's looking like his old self. You know,
Yeah.
to be quite honest. And and that's what they had hoped for when they made the move. You know what I mean? So it's that's the thing about baseball. It's such a long season, and you could go into all of these stats. You know what I'm saying? You could go into this uh, uh, this wins against and ERAs and the batting averages and the home runs and runners in scoring position and you know 2 out hits. You know what I'm saying? All of these things is factors. All of these shits, become what what determines the season. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And
I mean, but
yeah,
we're getting into it, man. We're getting into the depths of the summer right now. You know, it's baseball season, baby.
yeah, no, it is. It definitely is.
You know,
It definitely
this
is,
is when I
and
start
you gotta
really,
love
really
it,
getting
bro.
into it. Hell yeah, bro.
hmm
We definitely going to a couple of games, bro.
I'm actually going to the game this week. Shout out to my
Oh, that's
neighbor.
fire.
Yep, shout out to my neighbor. Bob. I'm be chilling with the firefighters. So on July 6th, the Yankees play the Mets at City Field. And
Ooh.
maybe, yeah, maybe you'll see in the game where they pan off to the firefighters, getting
That's
love in the
dope.
game. You might see me there. You know what I'm saying? And my
Pretending
Yankees,
to be a
Darryl.
firefighter.
Yeah, no, and my Yankees, Darryl Strawberry, jersey. You know what I'm saying? Still Yankees, but still Darryl. Like, got to show me
Yeah,
some
yeah,
love. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be there
yeah.
in the mix with hopefully a brew or two in my hand. Living the good life.
Yeah, you're gonna stand up, dog, and they're gonna do a whole like salute to, like the people serving us, like all the firefighter salute, and Jones is gonna stand up, and everyone, all the fans are gonna turn around and we're like, we love you, you know.
hmm
That's what's gonna
Yeah, and I'm
happen,
gonna
bro.
be, and I'll put my hand out like the fucking, like a prince or something. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna say a queen, but it sounded, even though I'm from Queens, you know what I'm saying? It's a difference.
Yeah, I hear you, bro.
So yeah, but shit like that, bro. Yeah, living my best life. All right, yeah, faking the funk with the firefighters and shit. Like, yup, FDNY, dog. Holla at me. Save a lot. Save a kitten.
Bro.
Save a kitten out of a tree. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So I mean, check the NL. Check the NL. See where Atlanta is at now with the Mets and Philly in the standings.
Got you.
But yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing, man. Season is, we're about to be in July, man. The All Star break is coming soon. I would say in about 3 weeks we'll be in the All Star break already. For baseball, I believe.
All right. So it is right now we're a game behind the Phillies, and the Braves are 9 games behind us.
9 games. All right. So I mean, you still got a comfortable lead on Atlanta, but I mean, but as long as the season is, it's like how comfortable can it be? 9 games is good. 9 games is good, but they gotta own the tiebreaker at this point. You know what I'm saying? With
Mhm.
what they just did, these past 7 games, I think that y'all played them. You know?
Yeah, we're still looking like a top. What are they? 1, 2, 3. We're top 4. Right now. And now,
And,
but
and
I don't want to, like. I'd rather be the best team than be the 4th best team in the NL.
yeah.
At
And
this
as I'm
point.
looking at this, I see where the Reds is at, man. Ellie De La Cruz, man. We need to get that boy in New York. We need to get that boy in New York, man.
What a fucking franchise, bro! And if he does go to the Yankees, it would be a long list of great Reds players that have like left and gone to the Yankees, bro. There's been
Yeah,
a
man.
couple.
Yeah, Paul O'Neill.
there's been
Paul
there's been
O'Neill's
dog,
one of them.
there's been a couple of them. Yeah,
hmm
Paul O'Neill. I think then CC Sabathia. There's a couple.
No, he was. I don't know if he was on the Reds. I know
He's
he
in the
was definitely
Cardinals,
on Cleveland. He was on Cleveland.
Cleveland. He's an Indians. You're right. Absolutely right.
hmm
There's another Ohio
Yeah,
team.
yeah, close. Yep.
Close.
So
Yeah.
yeah, man, I would love for him to see that kid in a Yankee pinstripe uniform. You know what I'm saying? growing the beard or the long hair, whatever you want to do. You know. But yeah, man, countdown to the All-Star break. Let's finish strong. Then the dog days of August will be here, and then we're talking. Then the real conversation is who's gonna still be in it in September. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, that's when the season starts really. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That September, that August, September, that end time where teams turn it around and go on runs, and there's always a team that was in it the whole season. You know what I'm saying? And falls off, and there was a team that wasn't in it the whole season, and all of a sudden gets hot. You know what I'm saying? That happens almost every year. You
It's
know,
always
in baseball. Yep.
always the case.
And you see a team that had a comfortable lead, and then an injury and a losing streak, and all of a sudden, they out of it. And then another team that wasn't in it at all, and all of a sudden they got hot, and now they in the mix. That could be Atlanta as one of those teams that could be in the mix. That was not in it.
I hope not, bro. You always teasing that, bro. Like I hope not. I
Yo,
hope
bro,
we keep that
it's
distance, bro.
yo,
I
bro,
hope
it's
we keep that
because
distance.
the reality is, man, that's your Achilles heel, man. That's the one for y'all, man. That Atlanta team does something to your team, man, to their psyche, whether it's in
Pushing back,
Atlanta
bro.
or in New York. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
y'all had a little redemption last year. You won the last game, real last game of the season, got into the playoffs, shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was big. It was
I mean,
big. It was a big moment.
There's a real reason why we sent a Cunha back, to the minors,
Mhm.
bro.
Mhm.
They're like, yo, bro, get that
Trying to
juju up,
sabotage.
bro.
Yeah, trying to sabotage for your brother and shit.
Yo, dog, you at home, bro? You got
Yeah,
some shit on you, bro? Nah,
yeah,
bro.
fuck
You
out of
gotta
here. Yeah.
get the fuck out of here. Go take a
Scheming.
couple of showers elsewhere, bro.
Yeah. You ain't your fucking brother, huh? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Fucking Acuna sleeps with the fishes, huh? Fuck out of here.
Doesn't he have like 11 brothers or some shit, bro? Isn't it
Yeah,
like
they all with the fishes. Every
12
single
of them
one
or
of them.
some shit?
Yup. Every
Fucking
single one of them.
tribe. That's so fucking
Wailing out. Word up. But I think that's good for the baseball report. Football news, something we ain't talk about real quick. Fucking Aaron Rodgers finally signs with Pittsburgh, says it's going to be his last year. You know what I'm saying? So I think hopefully he gets to, I don't know, fulfill what he wants to fulfill in this last year for him. You know what I'm saying? Pittsburgh taking the chance.
I mean, he should. It's kind of like personality wise. You know what I mean? Like,
No, I mean, I feel like
outside
I
of
think
Ben, like I think he was kind of like that other, like from his era personality that was a perfect fit for the Steelers.
No, I think he also respects Tom. You know what I'm saying? And like as a coach and his word and his ethic and what he's behind and all the
Absolutely,
history of other players that only speak highly of this man as a coach. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he probably took it to this point. You know what I'm saying? Something that he was probably lacking on the Jets. You know what I'm saying?
When you're someone like Aaron Rodgers, like you need a fucking Bill Belichick. You need, you know what I mean? Like there
someone
needs
to
to
keep
be
you in your
someone.
place and shit like that.
Yeah, there needs to be someone to check your fucking ego. Like, yo, bro, you think you're the shit? I'm the shit, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you think you're the fucking shit? Like, I've been in this shit longer than you, and I'll probably be it fucking after you're gone. I'm still here. You know?
Yeah, for
so
real.
it's like, it's one of those things, bro. That I look at it like
it's a
he
big
really
there's a big difference between
he
being
kind of needed that
shit and the shit.
The personality thing, like I said, fit wise, I think that's also kind of one of the key reasons why he went to the Jets. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like kind of like team that's gonna deal with this shit. You know?
They was catering too much to him, and all his off the field. Like you're not gonna be able to pull that in that type of organization like Pittsburgh and what they represent and whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Similar to how he couldn't do it in Green Bay neither, and that's why they got rid of him the way they did. So, but something to look out for. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
I'm really anticipating football, not just for fantasy, but I don't want to get into it, but it's every year they have teams that, like how I was just talking about with baseball and how they make runs. You always have these teams also every year that didn't make it one year, and now they do make it to the playoffs in football. You know what I'm saying? And the Giants has been on the decline for a while now, but you know we've made some moves. You know what I'm saying? The defense looks like it actually can win us some games. You know what I'm saying? And Russell Wilson looks like he could be a good leader to someone like Jackson Dart. You know what I'm saying? To give him some time, you know, before he's just thrust into the starting role. You know what I'm saying? He
Word.
doesn't have to be, even though he's a first round pick. You know what I'm saying? And 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 I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens with the Gina. You know what I'm saying? Even Jets too. You know what I'm saying? Because you got Justin Fields that is checking all the boxes out there from what you hear and in the reports and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Dog,
Like he's doing all the things. He's
we had
you
this
know
conversation
much
about
more
by
than
the
what they
Jets.
anticipated. You know?
That's what they were missing though. They just needed a confident young fucking quarterback that was like actually like, or just like someone that knew what the fuck they were doing, that wasn't like useless, you know?
Or,
Like, and not to say that Aaron Rodgers is useless, not to say getting hurt immediately is useless, but bro, that's kind of fucking useless. You got paid a
mhm,
big bag and you immediately went out as soon as you went out there. So
mhm.
like,
So yeah, fucking four
I don't
plays
think
in
they're
or whatever it was.
yeah. They need someone less fragile that knows what the fuck
Mhm,
they're doing, you know?
mhm.
So
Yeah,
like
no,
they're
yeah. I mean, there's some looking towards the future. Hopefully, some bright moments that we're going to be able to see in this season right now. Because I mean, going into the season, I think we're both considering as a wash. I think maybe the Jets a little bit more in the competitive side of what they build around. You know what I'm saying, and the pieces that they still have, why they still
yeah,
have them. You know,
absolutely.
and then Justin Fields, he does have a rapport with Garrett Wilson. I believe they played in Ohio State together. I might not be
Hmm.
sure. I think that's correct though. So like if they, they got that, that bond that you really need between quarterback and wide receiver, which was like we seen lacking, with him and
Hmm.
Aaron Rodgers, and bumping heads and whatnot. So some things to look out for,
They got
draft been
yeah.
done.
I really think that we kind of also kind of made the right pick, you know, the last time we got a square, it worked out for us, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he did outperform Cam Ward, who was the number one pick in this little accuracy camp that happened a couple of weeks back as well. So I mean, like I said, there's a lot to build off of. There's a lot of excitement to be having. Like seeing what we got on the field, actually going into the season, knowing that we got one of the toughest schedules and we're going to be playing a lot of the top teams. But seeing where we're at is against them is going to be a good factor, and
Yeah.
hopefully keeping Shane and Dable, at the helm didn't really set us back another couple of years. You know what I'm saying? Because if we don't do good, then we assume they're going to lose their job, and then it's going to be another reset. You know what I'm saying? And you sign these players, and you got these young players, and you're hoping that they're you know going to be good enough for you to compete with, but now you might be just wasting their talent. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have a good enough team to put out there, and then what happens? They walk. You know,
Yeah.
and so you start, then you're in the reset. Like the Jets is on the back end of this reset. Justin Fields hopefully could be the answer to that. You know what I'm saying? But the Giants is in the front end of this reset. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
With a smaller window, because you had so much commitment to Daniel Jones that now your window to show what you could actually be is just this season. You know what I'm saying? Where the Jets had it for like 2 or 3 seasons already. You
I'm
know?
excited, man. I'm fucking excited.
Yeah,
You
hell yeah.
know,
Hell
I'm
yeah.
gonna
I
wear
love
my
football,
G-Man
baby.
shit.
Hell
You
yeah,
know,
man. Gotta get my belt out, you know what I'm saying? Don't make me get the belt on the live, you know what I'm saying? Like champ is here. Shout out my boy Johnny, his daughter's graduation.
champ
Yeah.
is here.
Yep, his daughter's graduation was yesterday. I went to the shit. I had to bring the belt because I'm trying to get him to come back into the league. So, I had to bring the belt to the graduation, sit there, show everybody, you know what I'm saying? Remind them of who the champ is, you know what I'm saying? I just almost got some groupie love, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy, man. It's crazy out there in the streets, man.
Well, I actually do
But
got
that's
my
how it
shit.
is.
I didn't realize that.
You know what I mean?
Shit.
Yo, and ass,
Oh,
what's
that's
the
too loud.
deal?
Too loud.
Sorry about that.
Word. Yeah, Acid, what is the deal? Yeah, man. So let's continue on. I are we done with sports? Oh no, we not. We gotta go into the NBA. We gotta get into the NBA.
Mm,
We gotta
got
get
you.
into the
Okay.
NBA. Uh, draft happened. Cooper Facts. Cooper Flag was the first pick. We seen it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
There was some other. Knicks didn't even have a first round pick. Did make a trade, I think, with like the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? There was a couple of moves actually. Cleveland traded with the Bulls. Lonzo Ball is now on the Cavs. You know what I'm saying? And Isaac Okoro went to the Bulls
Mhm.
in exchange. Um, what other moves was made? I can't think of jump.
What the fuck are the
Maybe
Bulls
that was it.
doing?
Yeah, they traded all the Rosen and all of these players to get not much back in return. Bunch of regular players.
Yeah, dog. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, were you setting yourself up for like the tank? You know, I'm guessing.
I don't. You know what's the thing is like, I really think they should allow the tank in the NBA. Like I'm tired of the fucking pinball, the balls, the lottery is
Dog,
bullshit, bro.
I am
Like you
too,
have the
but
three.
all right, this I don't mind. I don't mind going for broke. Like we've done it as the Knicks before. Like we
Mhm.
had tank teams, you know, like we've had seasons where we were
Yeah.
fucking really bad and our lineup was fucking the same. Like, you know, we knew we were fucking terrible, you know, like but
Hmm.
that was before the restructure and we thought that that was going to go away after the fucking restructure happens and then people just double down on it like now you got teams like this past season where you got teams that are actually fucking talented that actually got fucking people like on the team that can fucking play and they're like nah we're just not going to play them bro they're injured you know
Yeah.
like what like no they're fucking
Yeah.
not and it crushes you because of fantasy. They'll be fucking healthy, and it'll be like, oh, out because of fucking personal reasons or some shit or
Mhm.
back strain problems or something. You're like, fuck out of here, bro. Like,
Yeah. Nah. No. In terms of fantasy, it pisses you off when that shit happens. But I just feel
yeah,
like, yeah. Nah. I just feel like they should allow them to tank and keep it in the order like it is in the NFL. If you got the worst record, then you get the first pick. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
And allow it to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Because like again, this is like how many years in a row that it's like you're the worst team. You know what I'm saying? You need the help. You've been the worst team 2, 3 years in a row, and you're getting still the sixth pick. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
like San Antonio just got the #1 pick, and now they got the #2 pick. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, it's from a move or whatever it is, but like they shouldn't be in that position, with whoever they traded with. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Washington, horrible team. They don't get a top 3 pick. Even though they're like in this draft, I would say the top 5, top 7 picks. You know what I'm saying? Where's all the talent at? You know what I'm saying? The Ace Bailey, who, basically didn't even show up to Utah. They didn't want to get drafted there. Um, but that's where all the talent was at. From what we've seen, obviously there's still going to be 1, 2, or more players that hopefully come out later in the first or in the second round that shine that we didn't know about. That usually happens. But
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
yeah,
I look
like
at it like,
because
yo, when it comes down to this draft, though, like it looks so weak, bro.
yeah,
Like
no,
they
it
look
does look weak. But
and
like
maybe
like
it's
I
just
said,
me
them
getting
first top.
old, bro, but like they look like they're fucking young, like young, like
No, they're
16-year-olds. Not
mhm.
even like they don't look like fucking athletes. Like they
Well,
have
I mean,
baby
you want to know
faces.
what? They all coming out like, well, we got another kid, Dylan Harper. That's Ron Harper's son. You know what I'm saying? Former
Mm-hmm.
Bull. You know what I'm saying? We're getting a lot of these kids coming out now of the kids of players. Look at the Boozer twins. They went to they enrolled in Duke. They'll be freshmen this year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you look at they'll probably come out next year.
They look
Like you got.
let's be different though. Like the Boozer twins look like when they get into the league, they're gonna be man face, bro. Like
Yeah.
they already got they got the chin and everything. They got Boozer's fucking, you know what I mean? Like they got
Yeah.
Boozer's like facial features and shit.
Mhm.
They're already a little chiseled in the face. But my point is that these fucking kids that like were in this past draft, bro, like that whole first
Oh yeah,
10
they look young.
lineup, bro, they look so young.
Yeah.
I'm like looking at
Mhm.
clips of them like doing like a pan and
Well,
shit.
Cooper
And
Flag
it's
is
like,
young. You know what I'm
whoa.
saying? He's got to be only like 19. He's 19. Cooper Flag. You know.
Well,
And,
I understand age, bro. Yeah, I completely understand that. You know, like, and we've drafted players that like just look like babies. Some of them, you know, like most of them don't work out. You know, like
Mhm.
RJ is probably one of the few. You know, like I can't name it like many others that like baby face players that like where I looked at them, I'm like, this kid's a baby. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, these kids these days, like, it just makes me feel old, bro. Like seeing the fucking lineup and it looks like you fucking high school. You know what I mean? Like,
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. How you think I feel, man? I'm older than LeBron. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
yeah,
all the athletes. There's like I'm getting to the point where there's like no professional athlete that's older than me. You know
nah,
what I'm
dog.
saying?
But when you were, I don't know, and when LeBron made it to the league, okay, you looked younger in the face than LeBron did.
Yeah, probably, yeah, of course. You know what I mean? But now I look older
But,
than the face of LeBron.
but I can't say all that. I would say you kind of look
What?
equal
Oh
aged.
no, yeah, I saw. You know, yeah, I'm alright.
I would
You
say
know,
equal age,
I'm so
bro. Like
fly. Yeah, I'm so fly.
yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
don't you giving him too much props, bro. You act like this motherfucker's like fountain of youth over here or some shit, you know? Like
Playing like he be playing like it. That's for sure.
uh,
You
yeah,
know what I
but
mean?
you got an ever expanding forehead, you know? like,
Facts. I given up on that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even rock the headband. It's all right. I don't got nothing to hide, bro. It's there now. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's okay. I can live with it. I can live with it, bro. It's all good.
there's a what my point is there's work being done there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like you don't
yeah.
got the money to be fucking spending on your fucking your looks and shit. LeBron does. You know, like LeBron's obviously getting work done. Like if you're getting hair plugs and shit, that fucking dude's getting like skincare and shit and all that other shit. You know what I mean? Like
Nah, it's a fact.
probably got someone massaging his face at home and shit. You know.
Spend $1 million on his body, but they don't
Yeah,
bring up
word.
none of the massages and shit. You know what I'm saying? He don't get the Deshaun Watson treatment and shit. It's different from him.
Oh, definitely. So let's switch real quick before we get out of
Oh no,
sports.
no. We still in the NBA conspiracy corner.
Ooh,
Conspiracy
okay.
corner NBA edition. I had my bad. My
No,
phone
you're
was
good,
dying.
bro.
I had to switch the spot. You know what I'm saying? So now we in the kitchen. But conspiracy corner. Tatum, Halliburton, Lillard, all pop their Achilles, all wear number 0, and all did it while wearing pink sneakers. What the fuck is going on, man? What the fuck is going on, man? Was this a sacrifice? You know what I'm saying?
It's the basketball gods.
I mean, all in
You know
the
what they
Eastern
said?
Conference.
You know what the
You know what they
basketball
said?
gods?
The Knicks need a chip. That's what they said.
You know what the basketball gods said? They said, "Don't you dare wear fucking pink sneakers while playing basketball."
Word.
You got
Unless
a
you a
problem.
girl. You know what I mean?
You got a problem.
Yo, bro. Nah, the fix is in. I'm calling it right now. As I'm wearing the blue and orange, we on a live stream. I'm telling you right now, the Knicks is winning the chip. It's been too long. The fix is in. You telling me that the fix wasn't in to get fucking Cooper Flag with this shit? Like, so just so happens every single time that they've made a crazy big ass trade like this, the following year, the same team that makes the trade gets the number 1 pick. You know what I'm saying?
Or it's a team where the biggest player leaves or whatever. You know, they're in danger.
Yeah.
Of,
Like
like
all right, the
suffering and
Pelicans.
dying.
Look what happens. The Pelicans lose AD. They get the first pick. They get Zion Williamson.
Yeah, and they were like
You know
17th
what I'm
or
saying?
whatever in the league.
Cleveland.
They were like
Cleveland
middle
loses.
tier.
Cleveland loses LeBron, gets the first pick, gets Kyrie, and then gets LeBron back. You know what I'm saying? There was another one, and now this one with AD again. You know what I'm saying? They trade AD, and then they get the first pick. They trade Luka, matter of fact, and then they get the first pick. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So like, conspiracy is real right now in the NBA. They need to save face. They losing a lot of fucking viewers and shit on this shit. You know what I'm saying? They need a boom, bro. They need a boom. Boston, Indiana, and Milwaukee all lost their fucking point guards, man. I mean, well, not Tatum, but all lost their best players, man. All teams that were considered threats to the Knicks to make it. And they all done. Only right now that's standing in our way is Cleveland, possibly Detroit, possibly and Orlando. Orlando made some moves. I got Desmond Bain. You know what I'm saying? They try to step up their roster. You know?
Yeah.
You never, bro. Fixes in. Conspiracy corner.
It's literally it's gonna be
Knicks.
us Detroit, Cleveland, but
and maybe Orlando.
Let's do the rankings on this. Us
with one.
Cleveland.
We should be the one with Cleveland.
Us.
Yep.
Cleveland.
Atlanta's another one. They got Kristaps.
Detroit.
Yep. Orlando, man.
Orlando. And I would say like that, and I would say
that's like the top five, top six.
That bottom three teams would be like the teams that I would say it can fluctuate. But the top two,
no, but it can still be. It can still be like it can still. I can still see Boston there. You know what I'm saying? Like they're still gonna have Jaylen Brown. They're still gonna have like a Derek White. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna still have some players that understand what this meaning of the season is to try to still be competitive. In hopes that like if there is a chance that you do make the playoffs, you get Tatum back. You know what I mean?
I from the small sample size of what I got to see from Lonzo last season, at least on the tail end of the season, where he was playing and on the floor for a decent amount of like stretch of games. I forgot, he must have played the last 15 games, 20 games or whatever.
He played like half the season.
Solid.
He's been good. Yeah, especially towards the end.
But like pure
Mm-hmm.
point guard type play. You know what I mean? Like Lonzo being Lonzo, like
that would have been a nice move to get. My man Swizz actually said the same thing that you said. And you want to know why it would be a good move? Because it to me now, I think it's understood that Jalen Brunson might not be able to be the point guard of this team. You know what I'm saying? Like he could play the two. Like I think he's a shooting guard with the amount of scoring that he does. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't necessarily fit that role of a true point guard. You know what I'm saying? It's like kind of like Iverson. You know what I'm saying? They try to make Iverson a point guard. He's really not a point guard when you think about it. You know what I'm saying? More of that two guard with the way he scores and what he could do. You know what I'm saying? It's just that the problem is that Brunson, like Iverson, was so small in stature that he probably didn't each guard as many twos. Jalen Brunson probably can't guard not 1-2 in the league right now. That's a starter. I can't think of 1-2 that's on a team somewhere. Maybe a Jaylen Brown, but I don't know. He might be a little too short for him. No. But most of the twos are like 6'7" and up in the NBA.
He could be pesky for a two to deal with, but like on the opposite end, I can't see him D'ing on the two.
That's what I'm saying.
I think we can easily slot him at the two offensively. I don't think it's gonna would be like I don't think it would be a detriment to him unless he's unless he's dealing with someone that's not like Herb Jones, like or another like literally like a guard combo guard forward.
Bro. Why was your example Herb Jones, my nigga? Like, where did that come from?
Jesus, he's literally one of the best defensemen in the league, bro.
Oh, all right. Because you said Herb Jones, I felt offended. Like, damn, son, you trying to
Bro.
play it? You trying like out of all the people in the NBA, you could have said it's like fucking Herb Jones. I was like, damn, son.
He's like
I was
literally
just
like
fucking
the
with you.
one bright spot of the fucking Pelicans, bro.
Word out, I'm just fucking with you.
No, I'm just saying, like, there is people like that are just pure defensive, like, you know, or Thompson twins per se. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
straight
like,
athleticism. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's
pure,
their
like,
strength.
I'm just gonna
You know what I'm
fucking
saying?
lock down D you.
Mhm.
That's where he's gonna fall short on. You know, like,
Yeah.
I think that we can alleviate that if you are right. Like, just play him at the 2, but then also have a very dangerous 1. Like, you have to have a dangerous point guard, bro.
Yeah, no, you have to have somebody that could, you know, that you could trust, that you could get the ball out of his hands. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
Brunson bringing the ball up every game is not going to work. It might work in the regular season, but we already see what teams will do when the playoffs come. What Indiana did. And you got to be dumb not to now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What Indiana did just set the precedent of what teams will do if they want to try to eliminate Jalen Brunson out the game. Full court press him, get the ball out of his hands, make them work to just pass half court, and then once that happens, they don't have the offensive mindset, you know what I'm saying, to score or get high percentage shots with such little time in the shot clock, which hopefully the new coach will do. And you know, they reached out to Dawn Staley today, that they said, for an interview. I would love to get her. Or fucking Becky Hammond. You know what I'm saying? I would love to have one of them as our coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm not here thinking about some stigma of some female, like we don't know that fucking women don't know how to fucking play basketball or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm with that. I would love to have her.
BS, yeah.
You know, she's been proven in a winning culture and her attitude. Hopefully, you know, it will be able to transcend into the NBA level, but I would be down to give her a shot. You know what I'm saying? Also, depending on who else we there would be an opportunity for. You know what I'm saying? Not saying she has to be the guaranteed, but I like that, just that approach, even, you know, in terms of finding candidates. But yeah, man, Conspiracy Corner, the fix is in. Fucking Knicks. That should have been the name of the fucking show. The fix is in. Conspiracy Corner. Fucking
I think
Knicks.
we've had that before.
Yeah, I know, but it didn't pertain to the Knicks, though. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? It probably was hitting some dumb shit. You know what I mean?
I definitely feel you with that. Like, we need to take this opportunity, and if we don't take this opportunity, then we're fucking
word. Before we go ahead.
No, this is like Jordan retirement year type shit.
Word.
You know what I mean? Like, you necessarily, like, you gotta. If we're gonna do it, we gotta do it now. You know what I mean? Like, and we can't fall at the end, bro. Like, we gotta take that shit. You know.
Word.
Not getting fucking Houston or some shit. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, nah, fuck that. But before we get into the hip hop, because we got some shit to talk about in hip hop, we're gonna get into Gladiator.
Ooh.
Transition from, especially with this week's.
Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Like it. All right, Jones.
Yeah, with this week's Gladiator Deathmatch, we've got Offset, the rapper, versus Stephon Diggs, the Bills wide receiver, and the winner gets Cardi B. Oh man, fuck out of here! The winner gets Cardi B. Holy shit! Big fucking vibes out here, man. Like, tail of the tape. You know, Stephon Diggs, athlete, you know, brolic, you know what I mean? Great condition, you know what I'm saying? Offset, I think he's kind of tall, little lanky, might have the long reach, you know what I'm saying? But Who you got?
Stephon Diggs, bro. Like I don't know. This is so good.
I'm going Offset, bro. I'm going Offset. It fucking we combining segments with Love Jones, man. We're combining segments with Love Jones, man. And I'm gonna tell you right now.
All right,
I'm gonna tell you right now.
hold on. Let's not get it misconstrued. All right, athletes will, especially a football player, bro. A football
probably.
player.
Yeah, I know.
Will
I guess you
put the
beats
on him, bro. Like,
maybe
it's not.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel you, but you're not listening to my explanation. I'm going Offset, bro. I'm going Offset.
But
let me explain.
Russell, like,
go ahead.
It's not like if Future had the opportunity to beat out Russell Wilson, he probably would have, right?
Nah, I don't think so. Maybe Russell Wilson put the beats on Future. This thing is Russell Wilson is a holy man. All right, but he's a holy man. It's different when you have the power of God fighting with you. That's different. You know what I'm saying? That's like Tim Tebow. Like you scrapping with Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow is like the nicest dude. You know what I'm saying? But you think if you don't get him tight, he's not gonna fuck you up.
Nah, I bet you.
And then pray over your body after it. You know what I'm saying?
Russell could fucking throw hands, bro. Like,
wait. So you think Future would beat Russell Wilson? You think Future would beat Russell Wilson? Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, no, but all right. Let me explain my Love Jones part of this. No, I'm trying to say the power of love, man. The power of love. You feel what I'm saying? Tim T. Who's the other one that you just said? I don't even know. You fucking up my whole train of thought. Oh, Future. Future don't love Ciara. Never loved her. He got mad baby moms. He got like 9 baby moms. So he don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? This is Offset's only baby moms, I think. You know what I'm saying? Or he might have another one. But yo, dog. When a man's pride is hurt, you feel what I'm saying? It's a different type of thing. You know what I mean? And, you know, Cardi B, shout out her. She about to drop an album. You know what I'm saying? And it's got bars about Offset. You know what I'm saying? And you know that shit is gonna come out, and you know it's gonna fucking crush Offset right now. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if we've all been there as men, but men, when they're especially in jeopardy of losing their family or some shit like that, them niggas will fight to the death. They will go to the end. You know what I'm saying? And where Offset might, you know, obviously he cheated, and I'm not gonna condone that type of behavior. You know what I'm saying? Even if you a fucking big star or whatever like that, like you keep your shit in your pants if you choose to. You know what I'm saying? But you also shouldn't be putting yourself in those type of predicaments. But that's no here nor there. The reality of the situation is that it is pretty clear now that he's on his. It's at the end. You know, she's not gonna let him back. You know what I'm saying? But this gladiator death match would get her back. You know what I'm saying? And he would win. Fight to the death. You not taking my family. Stephon Diggs, fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? He might have to hide a shank in his asshole or some shit. You know what I'm saying? But he's coming out swinging, and it's over. It's over. It's over. Offset, nigga. Offset, yo. Doing this for with Takeoff and Quavo, nigga, like that, man. Matter of fact, Quavo's still alive, right? Quavo's the one that's alive. Quavo comes and hops in with a sneak attack like a fucking chair to the back of the head, like it was real wrestling or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And then Takeoff sends a blessing, you know what I'm saying, from heaven, and bang, he wins. Offset. Offset, nigga. Spirit Airline, you know what I'm saying? And then like an actual plane fucking crashes into Stephon Diggs. You know what I'm saying? He's done. Like, who would have thought Stephon Diggs flies Spirit? Oh my God. Done. So, hilarious.
You haven't met my friend.
Word, and the winner.
Oh.
And the winner, and still Cardi B, boyfriend / husband. You know what I'm saying? Offset Migos starts playing and shit like that. It's Bad and Bougie or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like killing them. There we go. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you.
There we go. Now to continue into hip hop. Hip hop. To continue into hip hop because we're not done. We're not done. We got first of all, in these past 2 weeks, Jim Jones has been really feeling himself, dog. Have you been watching any of this with Nas and whatnot?
Mm-hmm.
He's made plenty of comments about the Billboard sales, the Billboard, and I mean the Billboard entries, the number ones, the vibe in the streets, and like like Nas is still past his time, and like Jim Jones is still relevant, like to this younger generation with his bars and the music that he makes, and you know what I'm saying. And I don't think there's any person that doesn't think he's out of his fucking mind. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, nigga, be humble if you even putting your name in a conversation with Nas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know what you're thinking out here. You know what I'm saying? This is not gang life. You know what I'm saying? Bloodland or whatever the fuck you talking about. You know what I mean? This is legit bars, nigga. Rap bars. You know what I'm saying? And Nas is quite literally possibly could be the GOAT. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Even Ebro in the Morning is like, Nas has done more for hip hop than any other person ever. Period. You know what I'm saying? Not just all of this, not just everything he's done with the Illmatic and the Stillmatic and It Was Written and the Godson and all the albums and everything like that. But now in this later part of his career with, all the money he's been able to make, especially with his out of hip hop ventures, you know what I'm saying? Now the mass appeal and then starting that little fund insurance type of thing for like a lot of the old and retired rappers that need it and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like when you talk about pioneer, this is legit what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Jim Jones is out his fucking mind. But I don't know if you did see this. Slick Rick with Mass Appeal, he came and he's dropping an album. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I watched that video today.
Oh yes,
half an
did you
hour
see
long,
it?
but I watched the whole video.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, okay, I didn't see that. I'd seen a music video that was dropped, Nas and Slick Rick with a song called Documents.
Yeah, I thought it was like super strange but yeah, they did put his face in the video.
Jim Jones, right?
Yeah, they put his face in the video.
Yeah, and then if you're listening to it, it's like they're double agents. You know what I'm saying? And the funny play on it is that Nas's last name is Jones as well.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? Which I knew that he's my cousin, and he goes and in the video it's like, oh, we're sending you Special Agent Jones. You know what I'm saying? And then like Slick Rick, like I don't know if you want to call it like the bridge or the chorus of the song. He spits that back to back, and then there's like a break, and he's tapping in with like the coordinator or whatever it is in the mission, and they're like, yo, Special Agent Jones, he's lacking, he's fucking up. You know what I'm saying? I might have to change my drop now. This nigga's wilding. I gotta change my drop, man. I just realized that you press that button, and now he fucking and they put his ass in the video. You know what I'm saying? And they's like, you want us to send the asset? And then Nas comes in spitting bars. Jim Jones, man, you barked up the wrong tree, man. If you wanted to be relevant, man, you should have fucking like apologized to like French Montana and Max B or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Wait for them to come home. Try to get in with them and shit. You know?
Yeah, I mean,
you trying to come up off of Nas's name like you out your fucking mind.
Yeah, I don't like who he's going at. Obviously, he's clout chasing. But I just think it's funny because wasn't he just heard by Cam not that long ago?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
The last time I even remember him being referenced or talked about or even thinking about him was
it's
Cam
a couple of months
Mace
back.
Herb and him on their show.
And then he tried to flip it with a song. You know what I'm saying? Like a diss track. Like trying to use the name that they was calling him as a joke and then name it the song. It was like Jomo or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then
And
that was that.
listen, I understand he hasn't stopped. Like everyone is like stop making music. It's not like he's more consistent than Cam is. He's been more consistent since Ballin came
No,
out.
yeah, no. I mean, you could say
So-
he's been consistent, but you can't say he's been more consistent than Nas. You know what I'm saying? Than Cam,
he's nowhere near the level of Nas, nor Cam.
Yeah, no.
But I'm saying like he never stopped putting out music. So a lot of people view like their numbers or whatever it is, like dependent on how hard and how much music they're putting out. I don't necessarily view it as that. Like I don't. If it doesn't have the impact and it doesn't have the ears, then it legitimately doesn't exist. Like if there's no like actual like following, fashion impact, any cultural impact, and it didn't hit the news, it didn't, you know what I mean? And then, a bunch of people haven't heard it, then it doesn't really exist. It's like, it's like it's very niche, so like I don't know, like I look at it like I do like him for the fact that he has been consistently making music, and that music has been actually consistently
pretty good,
solid.
No, I'm not taking away from anything what he is, but like even with like he should have got, like, he went on the Joe and Jada podcast, you know what I'm saying, Fat Joe and Jadakiss, and he probably should have got checked by them, but I think there was like a more a certain amount of the respect, but they was also like, bro, you're wild, and like if you seen some of the faces they like they was making while he was saying it, is like, bro, nah, you know what I'm saying, and then he was I think this was at Summer Jam. He was trying to go in, talking shit, and then Funk Flex cut his mic off. You know what I'm saying? Summer Jam was like a week ago on Friday.
To say that you're more relevant to the kids, you know what I mean? Dog, you look at least 15, 20 years older than Nas does, bro.
Yeah, and then only that, then he
like Jim Jones looks old, bro. Like Jim Jones is aging terribly. Jim Jones looks so old.
Yeah, he was on the podcast
Jim Jones
with
looks older than Melly Mel, homie. Like
word. Word. And he was on the podcast with Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco. And Shannon Sharp checked him. Shannon Sharp checked him. If you see that highlight, Shannon Sharp is like, bro, you are out your mind if you think you are lyrically better than Nas and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, well, I think we see what's gonna happen. I mean, Nas already sent a shot back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't write these bars for you, but I'm gonna put you in the video real quick for talking shit. You keep coming at the king, man. You gonna get what you asked for, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, responding back to someone on someone else's project is like, you don't even deserve time on my own shit, bro.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
the bars is not even about him. It's just it's in the video, dog. It's like, yo, this is last minute. Wait, let's put this in there real quick. You know what I'm saying? For him talking shit, just for thinking about it. You know what I mean? That's just funny.
Stupid.
Word. But yo, that's it.
All right, my guy.
You done fucked up. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, that might have been a you fucked up moment of the week for fucking Jim Jones. I'll tell you that much. Oh, look at that. We had all these fucking segments and we put them all back, real quick. Fucking Jones Hour live stream, nigga. Fuck with us, man.
Clips will be out.
Fuck, hell yeah. All right, bro.
I'll
let you go. Appreciate everybody fucking with us, man. You already know.
Jones Hour from us. Much love, everyone.
Yep. Next Sunday is gonna be better at night, though. Definitely the nighttime flow, but definitely gonna be, a little better with the.
With the everything.
Production or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. And that's it. Love you, my brother.
Much love.
You already. Peace, God.
Peace.